said hell yeah, and I got it stamped like a postcard, word to mailman. And I know they're gonna hate, but I don't care. I barely can wait to hit 'em with the snare and the bass square in the face. This fucking world better prepare to get laced, because they're gonna taste my venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a pullover. You can do these with a dumbbell as well. If you do it with a dumbbell, you'll have to set up the bench maybe on an incline or a flat. Just leave it so you don't want to be fully straight. Fully straight's more chest, upper chest. You want to be slightly bent like that if you use a dumbbell. I'll show you with this what I'm doing. So I will leave so sit your arms this where the joint of your hip is. Where the joint of your hip is, that's the perfect bend. See that? So you're out further. You don't want it flapping around and moving around, so you will keep that bend. That bend is your bend. So you'll keep it there. So I lock that bend in, and then I pull that bend, so I keep my arms straight but with the bend. Alright? Then I extend up and do the same thing and pull in. See that? Like that. What I'm doing is I'm not keeping my elbows out, I'm keeping them in. Flex and squeeze. You can as well, if you want to emphasize it more, you can do a version where you're flat, you do a few reps and you just stay flat. Another one, I slightly use this part and I do that and I tilt the hip. Remember I showed you how tilting the hip before? I do the same thing, tilt and flex the lower part of my back, and I find I can actually feel it in my lower back. Where if I leave it normal and leave my back neutral, I can't feel that. So I'll do a variation of a few reps of that and a few reps of both. Try it out and see how it goes.
Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Start now. Start being who you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to do now. Things just don't go your way. That's not the way the world works. You gotta make them go your way. You think things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen. Guess what? That's the way life is. You don't have enough time. You gotta make time. It's not just gonna happen. You gotta make it happen. Go make things happen.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. What's on your mind, just do it. Cause what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy.
My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You gotta be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
Okay, so we're going to demonstrate this one. So there's a couple of ways you can do the variations with this one. Before I get into it, I'll explain you can do this as well with a lat pull down. Just with the bar, you'll have various grips. So, you know, that's what I was trying to explain. So you can use different grips to work different parts of your back. By leaning back more, it'll work a different part. Leaning forward, it does different sections, okay? So realistically, what I want you to do for this exercise, I want you to stay wide. So same with the bar, wide with the bar. If you're using just the plate loaded machine. And I'm going to get you to lean back just a little bit, just about here. Keep your elbows pinched forward, not back. Forward, pull down. What I do as well, when I lean back, your lower back's got a habit of arching too far back. Right? You want to feel it in your lower back, but what I do is I do like a reverse crunch with the lower part of my abs, pull them in tight, crunch them in, lean back, then pull, then down, squeeze. Make sure them elbows come forward. So it will look like this. Show what it'll look like. Okay, so we come in. See, this would be with me without the part of my back, and I don't really feel my lower back engaged. So when I'm here, I tip the hips forward, pulling, flex, and I've got the pressure in my lower back now. And I pull from my lower back, then pull in. Nice and control. Pull, then in. See, I'm not pulling back here like this out either. I'm pulling down and in, because I'm trying to flex and target all the lats here. Try it out. Hello. So let's explain today a couple of different ways for you guys so you can do a standing bicep curl. That's normal. So we've got a few different variations. Let's get into the first one. So let's do it a little bit close. So you can deliberately leave your hands this neutral in here, and I leave the elbow locked in like this, and I come up to here, squeeze, and then nice and controlled and down. Right? That's one version of curl that you can do with this same one. The other one we can do is control the elbows more. So what you do is you'll bring your elbows forward as far as you can, and I'll lock them in. An army press will teach you how to do this. So you'll lock them in like this, and then I curl, I leave my elbows locked in, I bring it up, and then I bring it down. That you can make it emphasis more to bring it to your forehead. So where your elbows sit, see where my elbows are? Now I deliberately leave my elbows here, and then I will extend and keep them there and back. So there's a couple of variations you can do there. There's 3 in between that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So we can do supinated curl. So you're standing, just turn. All I'm trying to do here is, as I peek up and I visualize, I want my little finger to pop out there more. So I actually lift up, I turn my little finger as far as I can. While the bicep does that, by moving and then emphasis on the pinky as you lift it up, it turns it out more, gives it a little bit more emphasis, and then flexes it more, makes it flex a bit harder. The next one we have is cable. So same variation. I don't know if you can see the side of me or you probably see the back of me. So just keep the elbows locked, nice and straight, all the way up to the neck, and then the same variation that we did before. So say if I go to my forehead, I keep it to my forehead, I leave the elbows locked in and down, locked in and down, locked in and down. Okay, so that's the variations in between your exercises to make things a little bit more fun for you guys, and you can decide which one you want to do so it fluctuates your training. Let's get into the next one.
Thank you Aussie Family Crossmark Australia for the shared the live.
Let's get in and do cable crossover. So for this one, what you want to do is, we want it about level, so just underneath your arm. See how my shoulder, I can sit it nicely on top there? So the cable is just under where my armpit would be, probably in line in between the chest, the same as where you line up the bar. So your nipple's about here, probably about in between there and there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to go here and here, all right? Shoulders down, 70% of your 1 rep max, the same again for all these exercises because you can just start now. Okay, so here and here, pull, down, back, squeeze, squeeze, nice and controlled. As you're doing this movement too, another good way to think of it is like if you're going to hug someone, so you will go around them and you'll hug them, or a big round tree. Go and hug the round tree, visualize the tree. So you keep your chest up, keep them both here. So you want it just in line. You don't want to come back past there. It's going to put too much pressure on your joint. Just about level with your chest there and there. Little bend, then hug the tree. So you just keep this locked in at all times, like so. Try it out, see how you go. Let's get on to the next one. This week's progress has been good. As I said, I've been training for over 27 years. I've had plenty of time of lifting 200 kilo. I'm over this phase. All it worries to me is how it feels in my muscle, what it looks like, and I would rather have a bigger, fuller muscle because that is not my interest at the moment. My interest is how good does it look on stage. It doesn't matter anything else. So beside the point, I don't go heavy during a dieting phase. The only time I will go heavy is if I'm pushing a little bit. I only try to go to about 80% though, but the volume increases because of this factor. During this period of time, I just work on higher volume where if I was bulking up or I was trying to get, a bit more size there, the volume would die down, but the weights would get a bit heavier during that period of phase. Like in the past as well, I try to explain in all these other advanced techniques that I use when I've been trying to speak to people online and things. And because the message is so short, I can't fully explain what the technique is, and they try to pick the technique away to make themselves feel smarter and better, but they only pick and choose parts of the technique or parts of the principle that they want to use from it without having the full facts and actually how to integrate and use the principle correctly. And I don't have time to go through anymore and be wasted on giving that energy to do that. I will release the videos about the technique and the principle here, so it's done all in one go, so you'll understand exactly how to do it, how to integrate it, and then I'm not falling for their manipulation and toxic traits. Anyway, beside the point, so everything is been moving along quite well. I don't have any complaints. Because my legs have, I think I've shrank down a little bit at the moment due to the calipers. I'm at 9% now, so that's quite well. My body fat percentage reckons I've only got to lose get down to about 108 kilos now, where 4 weeks ago, whatever, I was about 14% body fat, and I reckoned I would have been about 101, 102. So that's a big increase. So if we can keep that muscle density going up and the muscle mass coming up as I'm coming down, everything will be quite on track. So fingers crossed everything happens along like that. Food's been good. The only difference is this week, this over these last 4 weeks, what I actually did do, I added in a high calorie day. So I had about 400 grams of carbohydrates and kept my protein about the same. I didn't really drop it too much. Then I had a low day after that to make the insulin sensitivity spike for one day and come in, and it made my digestion a lot better during that period of time. And I had a really good response for it. I tracked over the whole period. If you want to check Instagram out, you'll see it's on one of my shorts. It has my calipers there, my weight, and the weight that I calculated each day. So, at the end of that day, I gained like 5 kilo, whatever. It was like insane. I blew up a lot on that day. But because that morning I was back to about 117, and I just slowly, gradually chipped at it. I basically got back to the same weight that I was. I lost 200 grams at the end of the 7 days. So, it was quite effective and well. But by saying that, I'm not going to integrate that all the time. That was the first time that was integrated in 7 weeks. Not 7 weeks, in 11 weeks, sorry. And that was strategically placed on a leg day to get the most benefit from it. So it was just not sporadically there because I want a diet break. I don't give a shit about that. That's not the thing. And like I says, I eat very clean carbohydrates. I don't flexible diet. I don't do that. So like I says, I'm going to bring a different total look because of this. But anyway, that's quite well. Training. So I've got to do some manipulation with the training. I've got majority of my muscle memory back now in through my hamstrings and my calves and my forearms. So I'm not going to be able to bring them up too much more. So now it's a factor of holding on to them, adjusting the volume, so I can mess with that because like my calories are down to about 2,400, and I particularly don't want to pull any food away now. I did pull a little bit of food away. I could have kept it higher. I would have had a bigger fuller look by keeping it higher, but I'll adjust that now because then what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm not going to adjust the food. What I'm going to adjust is the cardio by adjusting the training. So the reason for this is then I can add my morning cardio session and an afternoon cardio session, and the same when I do the either weight section. But I'm going to throw in my auxiliary muscle groups. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be structured. I think what I've been debating over the last week, I think I'm going to go with a 6-day split. Pumping legs in there twice, splitting the legs up, and then in the afternoon doing the auxiliary muscle groups that I need, the extra work that I've got the muscle memory back from over the 27 years of training. So, like I said, sometimes things get missed, especially when you do a 5-day split, like when you're in your other bulk phase, you just got your hour of training or whatever. With this style of training, so once I do add the cardio and the other, so I should be up to about 3 hours of training every day. That can increase as I'm going along and moving along more. Like it says, don't be afraid of training, like it's just only under eating. If you're recovering enough, and you can handle it, especially at this time, because my hit rate increases. So then my calorie output increases as well. And plus I'm posing on every training day. I am meant to be posing every day, but on my rest days, I don't do cardio or I don't pose. But that's only going to be 1 day a week coming up. At the moment, my training cycle works every 4 days and then I have one rest day. But I've got a lot of volume over that period of time and I'm smashing a lot. So it'll be similar, but slightly a little bit different. And yeah, I think that's it. So like it says, posing, there's a couple of posing things I've got to work on a little bit more. Got to try to work on pulling the left shoulder out and up more. So I'm going to have to mess with that. And I've got a couple of tweaks to mess with the front abs. So, I'll mess with that and we'll see how that goes over that time. Hopefully that works well. I haven't been going in the gym as much at the moment. I will work on going back into the gym just to work on some little bit of auxiliary machines that I don't got here because, as you all know, due to it being called Shed Powers, I usually train at home in my shed. It's quite hot at the moment, so it's like a big sweat box for me when I end up training in there, but that's all good. As I said, I've shut everything down, so I'm not taking on any more clients. I will start taking on more clients in the off season. I'll keep you guys posted for when that all opens up. But at the moment, you guys have got a free app that gives you exactly your diet. You put your weight in, and then as you add your weight in, it will let you know by your weight and your height and your gender on what you need to eat, and you can press shuffle and it will change your food types around for you. There's also a couple of this basic training ones in there. If you want more dedicated ones, I've got a $7 plan, and I've got a bigger plan with 109 different food choices that you can pick from, and pick all the different types of foods from that and manually pick them and how many meals you want to eat, and it will calculate it all for you and save it. And that's the advantage of it. With the paid version, it gets saved into your data, so you always will go in and it will have all that information in there for you. Yeah, so that's perfect. That I am sort of lucky, I've had the advantages of my missus cooking all my food, so that's been quite well. I appreciate that for her doing that for me, so it makes life a lot easier for me, so I can just do what I've got to get done. And just whinge sometimes if I'm late. I probably shouldn't, but it is what it is, suppose. Excited to bring you guys this transformation as it's going in the part. Also, if you have any questions, either let me know on Instagram or let me know here, and we can make some other videos and some other types of things. If any other types of videos you want, or you want some more specific how-to videos, let me know, and I can work on them in the off season. There's a whole heap of free how-to videos for you guys there to help you with your technique, your form, your training, and anything else you need. Because like I said, at the moment, my coaching services are not available for one-on-ones, but it is available for the food calculator and the other things if you want to check the website. Down and do some cable crunches. So we've got 2 variations we can do here. Let's do the first variation. So you just stay leaning back where you are. You're visualizing just your core, you're trying to bend your back over. So all I'm doing is I'm here, like you do a normal crunch, and then crunch. Okay, you do this one. Another one that's even better that I like more. You'll come out, leave your hips in line with your knees. Now do the same thing. Curl in, curl in, curl in. Tight. Stay leaning down. Then back up. Your hips are going to want to shoot back. Try to keep them forward. Like so. Give that a go. So cable fly, where the cable comes out on, just make it just underneath your armpit. So here, see this? Just under my armpit for height. Perfect for both sides. Okay, so you can come in here, squeeze first here, then walk out a little bit, press forward, keep a slight bend, shoulders down, come back, and squeeze. And squeeze. Just like so. Make sure you flex and squeeze. You want to isolate it, so you want to come from there down to your nipples, so in line where your nipples are your hands. Like so. Let's get it done. Let's do rope cable hammer curl. Okay, so grab like this, keep your thumbs out. Okay, so you want to keep your elbow nice and jammed in and still. Don't let it move around while you're lifting the weight. Keep the elbow still, come up, squeeze, pull out, squeeze, and down. So what I'm doing here, when I come up, I'll come up, my thumb, I try to turn my thumb out as far as I possibly can. And as I get to here, it's like a two movements. So one movement's there, second movement, pull out, squeeze, turn the thumb out, hold it for 1, 2, 3, and then down 1, 2, 3. So it will look like this. 1, 2, 3, then down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, then down 1, 2, 3. So the whole point is coming up, squeeze, pull out, 1, 2, 3, then down 1, 2, 3. Let's get on to the next one. Let's get in and show you how to do the alternating curls. So as an example, all I'm doing is I'm coming just to about here. I'm not letting the angle come all the way here. I keep it just a little bit forward, so when I come down, it comes down to there. See the difference? That there, I'm going to be relaxing when I'm coming down. And what I do is as I turn up, that little pinky, I push that little pinky, the knuckle, all the way out and as far as I can, so it looks like this. So it will look like this. That's it, to do the curl correctly. Not just going like this. I emphasize that, pushed it towards the wall to give it a squeeze. So we'll come up, bang, nice and controlled, 1, 2, 3, bang, 1, 2, 3. And so forth. Let's get the curls done. Let's get the next one. how to perform the hammer curl. So pretty basic. What I'll do is I'll bring the elbow a little bit forward and I lock it in here. If I lock it in here, there's not as much tension. I drag it here so I've got constant tension dragging on the bicep. I will curl up, then I will curl down. But what I'm doing is I'm tilting this wrist this way. If I have it down more, it's going to feel more in the forearm. So I deliberately punch that little finger up, here, bang, and down. Get them both going at the same time, so slightly held forward, bang. Okay? And that's how you perform the hammer curl. Let's get them done.
When I'm all alone, no one else is there, waiting by the phone to remind me I'm still here. When shadows paint the scenes, where spotlights used to fall, and I'm left wondering, is it really worth it all? There's no peace inside our soul. Let him be your friend. It will help you carry on.
Okay, so let's demonstrate a walk-in lunge. So what you want to do, you want your front foot out, you want slightly a little bit, you don't want this to go in, you just want it slightly out a little bit. Just keep it in line, so you'll slightly put a little bit of pressure to turn your little toe out, just a little bit. Not heaps, just a little bit. This one wants to be outside of your hip. So what you do is this one pushes this way, so you squat down and it'll push to the outside of the hip. And when this one comes forward, then you do the opposite. So now this one will come to the outside of the hip, and you push out here. It'll come down. And you do the same. So you just go along. Obviously, you don't want your feet going in a straight line. So your feet are straight, your body's staying straight, but you're slightly just out each hip on each side, just a little bit. Like so. I hope that helps. Let's get into the next one. Well done. I'll pack some weights away and we're done. We're going to go and play. Let's do some of these overhead face pull. So what you want to do is, when you grab, I grab like that. So I'm there and there. I just keep my elbow always higher. So everything comes from the elbow and I drag the elbow up and pull up. So all I'm doing is this. I'm here and here, there. So my thumbs will look like that. I keep them out, elbows up, pull, stretch, back. Let's get a full stretch on it. Okay? So that's how I do it. All I do is I do a full stretch. I let the thumb come back to my neck. So keep the elbows come up as I come in. Like so. Give it a try. Try the face pulls out. Good exercise for the rear delt too. Let's check it out.
In the blue sky, full of light, there is heaven where the soul rejoices. Peace and quiet, full of love, every hope comes true. Heaven, happy days, hell, full of suffering. Choose your path, choose your destiny. Love or pain, heaven or hell.
Let's get some of these pull-throughs done for your hamstring, for your hips. Okay, so all I do out, I just step over, come to a good stretch here. So what I want to do is my butt, I want this butt, so I put more stretch on my hamstrings. I push this back as far as I can. So I'm not bending from my torso. I'm pushing my hamstring back. And I'm pushing, put my butt back. So what it does, when I keep pushing it back, because I'm stretching so far back, and this is going so far back, it makes my toes go up. So I'm actually not hinging at the hip and bending like this. I'm pushing this back, like so. It's a little bit different. And I'll get more, and it'll isolate the hamstring even more. So I'm here, there, push my hip back. Let me come out a bit more, sorry. Push my hip back, and back up. Back up. Good stretch on the hammies. And so forth. Let's move on to the next one. Hello, and let's get into incline bench press with the Smith machine. Let's line it up and show you how to do it. So, we'll get in here, and what I want you to do for this exercise, because this is going to be week 1 for you guys to start with your 2-day split, probably only want to do about 70% of your max set. So you've still got probably about 3 sets left in the tank. Don't need you to push too much because don't want you to suffer from DOMs too much. So what I want to do is, if I'm here, my shoulders are way too far back where my shoulder is here. I want it sort of in between my chest and my nipple, so I'll adjust the bottom of the seat. So I'll pull back. You could manually stand up and adjust that depending on your bench. You want it to about there is good. So what I do here is about there. I like it a little bit forward more, about here. At all times, I want this elbow underneath that. So I'm here like this, I'm underneath it. I stay quite underneath it. Yeah, and keep your scapulars down as well. Sometimes I raise up, or one will raise up, and you don't want that happening. You don't want to rock off the bench. Just stay stuck on the bench. You can slightly have your head up, so you like that, if that's more comfortable, or you can jam it down. But try to stay stiff and not move. So here and here, nice and controlled. So you want 3 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, and explosive up. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for your reps for that. I hope that helps you out. So let's get started with the 2-day program, and let's get on to the next exercise.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, set tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true.
Together, sit red, talk to the devil. Rosetta Stone forever. High yellow, canary yellow. Hot chocolate, Cinderella.
Let's get the next one done. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to set it so... This one, what we're going to do, we're going to set it so our legs are slightly back a little bit here. So the angle's slightly a little bit back. You want control over this the whole time. So we're locking the seat, stay nice and tight, keep your butt down. And 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Like so. So 1, 2, 3 up, then 1, 2, 3 down. Nice and controlled. More control on it, the better. This is finishing your exercises off for your leg workout. So, this will target a lot in here, this section. So this is good, nice and controlled. Another good tip, what you can do is, while you're doing it, I found if you actually touch up the top here, or just touch here, I find I feel it more squeeze in the legs. It's something to do with your touching it. When you touch it, it sends a signal to your brain, and then your brain it activates it more. I don't know why it does it, it just does it. Where if I don't touch it, and I don't do it like that, I don't feel the squeeze as much. Where if I do it that way, I end up feeling the squeeze a lot more. So yeah, try that one out. Same type of rep range. Pretty easy to set up. Just adjust the adjustments with the back of the seat and this section here, depending on you. Obviously don't have it stretched there. You want a little bit of a stretch, so it's pulled back a little bit. And as well, make sure it's about there set, not so your legs are set all the way. If that's the case, just move this seat back. Let's get into the next day, and we'll be back for that. Let's get it done.
What are the biggest struggles Sigmas face? Sigma males are often seen as the lone wolves of the social hierarchy, but that independence comes with its own set of challenges. Sigmas often struggle with feeling misunderstood. They don't fit into the traditional social molds, and because of this, others can find them hard to read. This can lead to feelings of isolation or being labeled as aloof or arrogant, when in reality they're just comfortable doing their own thing. Next, maintaining relationships can be tricky. Sigmas value their independence and freedom, which can sometimes be misinterpreted as disinterest or lack of commitment. They have to work extra hard to balance their need for solitude with the needs of their partners, friends, and family. Another struggle is dealing with societal expectations. Sigmas don't conform to traditional roles or follow the herd, which can create friction in environments that value conformity. Whether it's at work, in social circles, or within the family, Sigmas often have to navigate the tension between being true to themselves and meeting others' expectations. Then there's the issue of being perceived as a threat. Because they don't seek approval and often challenge the status quo, Sigmas can unintentionally provoke insecurity in those around them, particularly in environments dominated by alpha personalities. This can lead to unnecessary conflicts or power struggles. Lastly, finding a sense of purpose can be a deeper challenge. Sigmas are introspective and constantly seeking meaning in what they do. This drive for authenticity means they can't settle for just any job or lifestyle. They need to feel truly aligned with their work and life choices, which can be a lifelong journey of self-discovery and adjustment. Despite these struggles, Sigmas bring unique strengths to the table: resilience, self-awareness, and the ability to think independently. Embracing these challenges is part of what makes the Sigma journey so unique and rewarding.
So we're back for leg press. With this one, you've got a couple of different variations. So to start off with, I want you to be targeting your quads. So I just want you to be nice and low down here. We'll go through other variations in your other training plans coming up. But for this one, keep your feet as low as possible on the pad, basically a little bit narrower than shoulder width for par. When you keep everything tight like that, make sure your knees don't go all the way in. Just keep them in line. You don't have to overemphasize them coming out too much. You would if you're going wider, but we don't got to worry about that. So it's there and there, nice and controlled. 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, as low as you possibly can. Then 1, 2, 3 up. And just complete the process nice and slow in between each rep. And that's all we've got time for the leg press. And let's get into the next one.
Drop.
Let's do these hamstrings and get them done. Okay, so what you want to do for this one, you want to add this, adjust your adjustment so it comes up a little bit higher, like so. Okay, when that adjustment's there, you want about this much space away from your knee from when you bend down. You adjust this one, pull this one down. The adjustments might be a little bit different depending on your gym. And all you do is you just hold on here, push forward, keep your toes, you can keep your toes up, keep your feet forward, down, 1, 2, 3, and back, 1, 2, 3. As simple as that. Just feel the stretch. You can turn them out. I notice if you do that and you've got your feet out, you do that. You've got a habit of moving more weight. So usually your hamstrings just side to go. So if I keep them like this, I feel I can isolate it more, get more of an area in there that I usually don't get, and just control the weight. Just use it a bit lighter. Give that a go. Let's move on to the next exercise. Make sure you adjust the back as well.
Rule number every day: don't wait for the opportunity.
create it.
Hello, let's bring you a how-to lateral row, assisted with the seat so it supports my lower back. Like I says, I used to do a lot of bent over rows as I was a lot younger, moved a lot of weight. Like when I was heaps younger, I lifted a lot heavier. Now I found I built that size, it doesn't need the same to maintain it or the same to keep it. Like I said, it'd be better if I was trying to gain size to be doing it in a calorie surplus. I've been under for calories for a long time. So instead of it being high, they're being low. So basically, you know, I'm just trying to keep what I can. I have come down quite a lot and a lot more rapidly and quickly. I know this and it's dropping my strength. And like I said, I could have come in bigger and fuller, but by doing this, in my time schedule would have had to be prolonged, and I didn't want to prolong it as we've been going since about March the 9th. So we've been going for a long time, or I've been going, sorry, for a long time, doing the nutrition. So, you know, balls to the wall for the last little section of this. This exercise, I've been doing the same since then, probably about a month before then when I first started introduced training, whenever that was. You probably see if you check back the content. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I've been doing undergrip. What I found is because for a long period of time, I used to do a lot of wide grip chin-ups out really wide. So, you know, it's built my thickness out wide, it's built all that, but my lower part of my back has suffering. So that's another thing. I'm just trying to get the peak contraction, squeeze, lower squeeze. So I'm not really caring about throwing the weight around anymore. It was hard psychologically to get past that point, but I'll demonstrate one and you can have a look and I'll show you what I do for that. So I'll just get set up. Because it's a Smith machine, I will grab about there. So use my finger there. I'll deliberately grab it like that. So when I pull back, we'll come in the right position. I pull up, squeeze, hold, nice and slow. So it's a lot lighter. As it gets heavier, this will get a lot harder. And see, I'm not keeping my back arched up. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to flatten this part down and keep it low as possibly can. So I'm like this. So as I pull, I'm concentrating, dragging low into the back. Full stretch. Low into the back. Full stretch. So I'm really trying to target this area and get my mind and the contraction into that muscle. And that's what I found as like the longer period of time over the 21 years of training or more, I found that just moving the weight don't feel the same contraction. If you get your mind in it, squeeze and hold more, I found it more effective and it feels a lot better and there's less chance of injury. Like I said, because I'm now in my 40s, I've got to be more relevant of injuries. Like you guys seen, during this so far, I pulled my lower back twice and I pulled the chest. Just with doing this type of training. There was a few times I pushed a little bit and I probably shouldn't have. I'm really excited to see what I can do when I get lean down. So we're waiting to see how that comes apart and what we're going to do. I've got about 8 weeks left for that. I don't know if I'm going to decide to extend it to 4 more weeks. If I do, the transformation will come out just after then. Stay tuned for that.
Hey there, sunshine. Welcome. Welcome in, DJ. Good to have you. Thanks for coming in. KAMMIKN. Tyson would have to chip. Welcome. Make yourself at home.
Good to see you in the chat. Bye.
And do some shoulder press. So what I like to do is I like to have my elbow lined up with my hand. So if that is, so if that's there on the bar for you, that's where you put it. So you design it and you put it wherever it is for you. Wear this in a little bit, it's not where it should be. Probably about there is good. And the same thing for where your elbow sits. You want your elbow underneath where all the point of weight is. So elbow underneath this and slightly pulled forward with the shoulders to keep your scapula and everything safe. Jam your elbows forward, pull your scapula down, lift up, press down, press up. move out. And that's how you do it. Let's go on to the next one.
How can I be down, mean? Bazaar in Florida, Bruce room, slept on the Florida motel then. Dr. Dre said, hell yeah, and I got it stamped like a postcard, word to mailman. And I know they're gonna hate, but I don't care. I barely can wait to hit him with the snare and the bass square in the face. This fucking world better prepare to get laced because they're gonna taste my venom. I got that adrenaline momentum, not knowing when I'm ever gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em.
Hello, and let's get in to teach you how to squat correctly and find the best stance for you, per se. So as an example, our hips are all different. So your hips could be different than mine. So what we do, we find that out by flexibility. So what we'll do, let's crunch down and do this. So the flexibility, all you'll do is you put 1 foot here, you lift 1 foot up as high as you can. You pay attention to how high that foot went. Then do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And you'll see, with mine, that means for me, I'm more flexible, a little bit wider. So that actually tells you the best foot stance for you to take for your hip joint, for what will work more efficient for you to get to be more flexible and get a better squat. So mine's slightly a little bit wider. Let's demonstrate. So I'm going to use a Smith machine. You can use a bar, some dumbbells, or a few other stuff. So I'm very bound. If you can, you prefer to get in close as you can so it's tight. I'm muscle bound through my shoulder, so it's difficult for me to get in. So I'll get in. That's really tight for me. Okay. So I'm in. All right. So I put my feet a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Brace my core. Look forward. Keep everything tight. Big breath in. Then come down. 1. And there you go. That's how you perform the squat. Let's go ask the grass. Better to stay lighter so it works more efficiently. Let's do it. Down. So the same principle as before. Stay close to the bar there. Right, so my legs are just touching. As I come down now, I want to pull my butt back, and then back up. So I'm not doing a normal conventional deadlift. I'm keeping them only slightly bent. So my knees, if you pay attention to my knees really don't move much. They might move like that much of a bend to go back into the hamstring, then back up. That's about it. So I'm not like deadlifting into it, so it will look like this. Let's demonstrate and show you. So here, against that, now push my butt back. So just let my hamstrings do the work. Back up. Push my hamstring, my butt back as far as I can. Wherever the stretch is for you, that's good for you. Some people can get much further down. Don't obviously round your back. Don't do that. Just keep your back level and just push back. You sort of want to keep your upper torso stiff. You don't want it to bend. That's all we got time for this workout. Let's get into the next week, and we'll start with the 3-day split now next. Let's get it done.
Thinking you can rap with that artificial out
to rope tricep push down. So if you just first start off, it's like you break it into two movements. You come down to here, and then what you want to do, you want to separate. So I pull the hands and I pull like that. I want my thumb to turn out, so I try to turn it over. So I turn my hands like this and I squeeze 1, 2, 3, then back. So I'm not just pulling to here, I pull and turn out. So I'll down to here, one movement, second movement, rotate out, pull, 1, 2, 3, squeeze, flex. So it's not just here like this, I'm down, push out. So I'm pushing the little thumbs away. I'm turning out and it rolls the tricep over. Okay, ready? Turn out, squeeze, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. I really flex it. Let's get into the next one. With this one, you guys have a few variations again. So you can use a plate loaded machine. You can use all this. But when you use your plate loaded machine, if it's one, I want you to grab lower and pull into here. There'll be one sitting upright and you'll have one that will be slightly leant over more. Make sure your hand's under grip. We are trying to target under grip. So I'll demonstrate and I'll show you. So instead of being here over grip, I'm here under grip. This part of the bar at the bottom, I'm dragging to my hips. So I'll show you what it'll look like. So we've got two different variations. I'll show you one with a flat back. It'll look like this. Okay? Now the difference is with the next one, I will flex and I'll sit on my diaphragm. So it will look like this. So I'm here. Now I'll flex, sit on my diaphragm. So grab, flex, sit on my diaphragm, flex the back, roll back in. Now drive. Drive, squeeze. Drive, squeeze. Squeeze. If you had a look at both of them variations, there was a difference. Let's do the next one. I'll pack some weights away and we're done. We're going to go and play. So hello, we're going to do a quick and a warm up. How this warm up works is we pyramid set up and giant set. So it's called what? A pyramid set, giant set. So I've been doing this for a quick warm up. It's very effective, hits the muscle very hard and quick, and you are very warm. So I'm going to get into it and let's break it down and you can check it out. So you just start with what? We'll start with 5 kilo. Smash into it. Just rep them out. Just move the weight. If anything feels tight, try to pull your scapula down. Push your chest up to the ceiling, and just rep them out. It doesn't matter about how many you do. Probably about 7 is usually a good number. And we'll go up again. So what we'll do then, we'll skip to 7s. We'll go straight to 10s. Where if that was closer to my failure weight, I would have went to 7s. So let's go again. We'll start slowing it down. It's the same routine. Make sure the scapula's pulled down. Push the chest up to the ceiling. Yep. Just rep it out till it feels nice and warm. Keep going. So you'll do these back to back. When I have trouble speaking to you guys, you will see that the difference as we're moving on, we'll move to the 15s. Okay, so let's smash that. At the same time, this week I increased my volume. So my volume went up quite a lot. I went anywhere from 20 to 40 sets, depending on how I feel. That will be the same for the next 4 weeks, and then I'll adjust that. I'm going to be quiet now because it's starting to get a bit heavier. So we're at 20 now. It's burning. Like now I even want to stop, but we do ignore that. Keep pumping through till we get till we can't do any. So doesn't matter about the weight. Oh yeah, that's about it. I'm thinking it's getting close. See, I really want to stop, but I'm going to push again. Okay. Okay. So, to finish the set off, as an example, what you do is, I got to the 30s, so that means a good weight for me to move with my next set would be 35. And you start from there, see how you feel. If you feel good, move up again. If you can't get 12 reps, it's too heavy. Don't worry about your 6 and 8 rep shit. You do that on your last set, you know what I mean? So let's crunch that down. I'll get to it. I will wrap it up here. I'm going to finish my chest workout. I'll bring you guys a different chest workout at a different time. But for now, that's all we got time for. So we are back for the next one. So the next one you can set up with a cable. It's just a little bit awkward. You'll set it up so you could do one hand at a time, because I'm trying to do these single-handedly to correct any imbalances. So I'll show you with a dumbbell. Dumbbell is usually more efficient. When you first start doing them, so you get used to them, sit the arm on the side of the head. So you're about here, then you extend up. So you get used to it and it keeps it in line. When you get more advanced, you will tilt, bring your elbow forward, and let it come behind the back of your neck. The dumbbell will hit the back of your neck about here, right? But you just do it controlled and gentle. So, you know, when you first start like this. So you got control. Then when you got control, the elbow tilts. It gets a full stretch back. It's more of a stretch on it. Then you extend, like so, as you're doing the exercise. And try to keep the elbow in. Don't try to keep the elbow flared. You will probably keep it flared for there while you get used to it and build the strength. But try that progression. Hopefully it gets well. Like I said, visualize your elbow like a door hinge. You know, the door hinge does not move. So logically, you just think that. Let's see how we go. Let's go to the next exercise. So let's get into the next one. We're going to do a skull crusher. I'm going to show you how to do it correctly on a Smith machine, but you could use an Easy Z bar. It's easier on the wrist, and you just bring the Easy Z bar to there and there. Or you could use a barbell. It's just got to turn your wrist out more. It's easier on your wrist like that. You can also use a cable. The cable's another good option. You can line the cable up, line the bench up, pull it a little bit forward and grab and do them there. When you do them with this, what you've got to do is, because the Smith machine stays stiff, you deliberately move this bar further out. You keep your wrist stiff, and it will bend. I'll show you. So instead of coming down, when you come down, your wrists will get stuffed up. If you don't bend, they bend out of place. So they do the dinosaur. Let's not do the dinosaur. So what you do is you deliberately move that more that way. Keep your wrist stiff. When you come down, see how the bar's moving and the bar rotates. And keep the elbows in. I'll come a bit closer. There we go. Just like so. Just above the forehead. And just do your reps. You see that move? So where if I kept stiff, it's a lot of pressure on the wrist, and then your wrist bend either way. By letting the bar move while you're going down through, that stops that from happening. So that's that one. There's a couple of other isolation, more advanced techniques with that one. Maybe I'll get into that if you guys want it. But we're done for that exercise. Let's move on to the next one.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true.
Back together, sit red talk to the devil. Rosetta Stone forever. High yellow, canary yellow. Hot chocolate, Cinderella.
Right, so we're back again. I'm going to show you two variations. I'm going to show you this variation first, and then I'll show you my favorite stretch variation that I think works the best. Okay, so let's demonstrate. So we'll lock in. So you pin here, let them loose. What I'm doing at this point, when I'm here, both of my scapulas are out. I want to pin them so I'm behind them on the back. So I visualize them moving down in the angle like that. So this is their shoulder blade. So I pinch them together. So I pull one down, I pull the other one down, now I'm sitting on them. So now I lay back. My arms are in here where they're in a stretch position. What I actually want to do, I want to pull my elbows now. Instead of being curling here, that is not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to pin my elbows back now as far as I can, then curl and then keep them back. See the difference? It's like this. I'm keeping them back. Try to stretch on them and just do your reps like so. Let's get in and show you the next one. I have not found another exercise that puts me in a more stretched position than this one. So I tippy-toe, pulled up, pushed down first, got in the position, lean forward, right? Lean forward with my body weight. Now I extend up. I'll let the elbows go all the way up to level with the feet. Now keep the elbows there, pull down, squeeze and keep the elbows up. Stand, flex. Stand, flex. Squeeze. Real slow with it. Real slow. Squeeze. There's your two variations.
In the blue sky, full of light, there is heaven wherever soul rejoices, peace and quiet, full of love, every hope comes true. Heaven, happy days, hell, full of suffering. Choose your path, choose your destiny. Love or pain, heaven or hell.
Let's do tricep extension. So we'll have a couple of variations. So you've got close, wide. With this one, so I don't think I've never seen a plate loaded machine. It's usually a cable machine. There's like a similar isolation one you could probably use where your hands will go in like that, and there's a pin loaded one. Yeah, so your hands will go like that. There'll be like an isolation board that goes in, and then you'll push against it. So you can do that one for a variation. You've got a couple of different hand grips and a couple of movements, so I'll show you. So we'll lock in here. So you can come down and up to about there, then you want to come down. I'm not coming to there where I'm fully thin, so I've still got control, but it's a full range of motion more. You can do half here as well. This depends. I find the fuller stretch feels better for me anyway, just for me. So there, like so. You can make it a little bit hard. See how I'm really close? If I come out further, and I come out further, and now I do it, makes it a little bit harder on the tricep, gives it more tension. You can bend as well. Then you've got to lock your elbows in, keep them tight, and extend here. You can do that. That will look like this. If you put your head down, keep your head steady, it will look like this. So all of them are controlled movements, and the elbow doesn't move. You just visualize that hinge like a door hinge, like I explained. No movement. You don't want any of this going on. You might get a slight little bit. That's fine. Try to isolate as much as possible. And I think we're done for arms. Let's get into the next day.